Hey Giovanni and Claudio. I'm here. I'm at the house on Placita Suenos, and the tenants have moved out. When I first arrived, Miguel was here, but he's left. So I've got the key. I've gone inside. So let me show you around. You guys can get an idea for the condition. I'll be honest, I'm really impressed that they have cleared out the driveway so much since I was here yesterday. They did a lot of work. It does look like there's still this recliner and some things that need to be removed, but really not that much. It's really not that much. Giovanni, you and I had talked about the car doors. Those are gone. The piece of metal that you had talked about, that's gone. So it's just this recliner, and then you can see there's like a couple of boards over there. That's easy to get rid of. And you could use this as a mirror. But yeah, really like so much better. I'm really impressed. He did a lot of hard work to get it cleared out. Some wood over there, but that's, I don't think, an issue. Okay, so let's look inside. It's all cleared out. There's no furniture inside. So he really tried. I gotta give it to him. I do want to point out before I go inside, something that a home inspector would notice is the way that the cement blocks the vents. The house, in my exploration so far, appears to be partially a raised foundation, partially on the slab, and this area is raised foundation, and where the concrete comes up to it, that would be something that a home inspector would question. And then I'll also point out there is some significant dry rot on the wood as we look around. So like a termite inspection would definitely call out a lot of this. You see all this right here. So, not that we didn't expect this to be the case, but we had sort of talked about doing exterior painting, and I don't know how beneficial that would be unless all this woodwork was replaced. Okay, let's go inside and discuss that all more. So it's a big room. I love the vaulted ceilings in here. I mean, look, they really did clean. They really tried. We gotta give it to them. Yep, coming in, I'm sure you guys haven't been here in a while, so you're probably not clear with the floor plan, so I'll try to talk it through as we look around. But coming in right off the front door is a coat closet, and then at the back of the coat closet is a water heater. The water heater doesn't look too bad, and it's double strapped. That's something that's a requirement for certain kinds of loans, so that's not an issue. So that's good. That's good news. Also, I noticed like the windows are the dual pane vinyl windows. So those were probably replaced while he was here. I don't know why they put masking tape all over all the ducts. And I see that all throughout the house. I don't know why they did that. Maybe it was drafty or something. Okay, so coming into the kitchen, I want to point out there is what appears to be a rather serious issue. I don't know how well this captures it, but there is a very significant slope. If you look here down to the sink, that direction, I would say that is sloping possibly as much as half an inch, 3/4 of an inch, that it slopes down that way, and that is all raised foundation. You can also see, and I'll get a little closer so you can see better, but the area underneath the sink and underneath these cabinets the wood has all been replaced. It's not matching. It looks like, more like just plywood. Opening up this cabinet, you can very clearly see that is replaced wood. And that is most definitely signs that there had been or is still water issue. The sloping foundation and the water issue combined leads you to believe that the water has permeated the subfloor, under the raised foundation, and potentially compromised the structural integrity. If that's the case, there wouldn't be any point in putting in new floors or anything in here until that that was fixed. And it would definitely be something that every buyer is going to notice, because I know it's hard to depict this in the video, but it's a significant slope. There's no way they're not going to notice that. Okay, so we've talked about that. There's no range. So right now, to use a conventional loan, there has to be what they consider an intact kitchen. And that includes a range, an oven, and stovetop. And there's not that here. So if we were going to put this on the market to sell using a conventional loan, you'd have to buy, maybe you could buy a used range, you know, something off Craigslist that works but doesn't have to be new, and put that in here. Otherwise, it would not work for conventional loan, and an appraiser would shut it down. It wouldn't even get as far as an appraisal, but if it did, that would be an issue. And then what we're looking at right now is this black piping. That is a gas line. Looks like the range was originally electric, and they went ahead and did their very own gas line, and that would definitely be called out in an inspection as unsafe. You know, that's a health and safety hazard, because anybody walking by could knock that gas line. It should be inside the wall. So those are just a few things to note. You know, obviously I'm looking at this with a critical eye. I want to try to be as considerate as possible for you guys about how, like, what the value is, what work needs to be done, what would be a detriment to a buyer. But that's a great pantry right off the big kitchen. So looking back at the kitchen, it's a great size. Big floor plan, nice and open to the living room area that's got vaulted ceilings and a lot of light, and that big fireplace. So there is a lot going for the property. I don't want to come across like too critical. It's a beautiful house. It's got a lot going for it. So this is a big bedroom. And you can see the carpet would absolutely need replacing. And I have to tell you, if you had smell-o-vision, you would know that they had a dog and he wasn't house trained. It's definitely quite smelly. And then it looks like the baseboards have some damage all around. These are all things that we would use to deduct from the security deposit. Definitely all this damage to the drywall, all the damage to the baseboards. Oh, the smell and the stains on the carpet. Definitely the carpet would, you know, we talked about maybe some projects that could spice up the place, and new flooring would definitely do that. I just don't know about doing new flooring over the foundation issues that I think are pretty significant. Okay, so that's the first room. Nice built-in, decent closet over there. There's all these built-ins just off the kitchen, so that's really nice. Now this is the first bathroom that we come to. My suspicion is that this is the bathroom that we were talking about that had the vent issue and needed to be repainted. And part of the reason I think that is that it looks like a newer vent. Also, look at how they've permanently opened the bathroom window there. And this blue paint looks newer. We've got some damage in the bathtub. Just rusting and a lot of staining. But considering this bathroom isn't in too bad shape. So, a lot of storage area, big counter space, good tile floors in there. Okay, now coming back into the back, this appears to be an addition. This was, you know, maybe added before your mom took on the property, but it definitely is an addition. So I'll start in this room, which would be what you would use now as the master, or supposed to say the primary. I guess master is offensive these days. So this one has double sinks and the same tile flooring. It has a fine looking toilet. It doesn't look to be in too bad a shape. I don't see a lot of water damage or issue like that. Let's take a look in the shower. It's good. Look, it's relatively clean, and it doesn't have any rust stains or anything like that. It's not the newest fixtures in the world, but I don't think it's an issue. Okay, so that is good. Then coming into, this is, I suspect, possibly, where the addition started. It's hard for me to know, but there's definitely some significant damage on the carpet there. And then just a lot of staining on the carpet throughout. But it's a good sized room back here. Really big closet. The shelf of the closet is falling off. That thing has had a tough time. Someone overloaded that and it is coming down. And then it looks like they tried to brace it. You could see those braces, but yeah, it looks like it could collapse at any time. And then coming back here, there's like a second entrance. So this would be great if someone were renting the property and they wanted to use this as a separate entrance. This could be like a little sitting room, and then they could have just this bedroom that's, I've been calling the master bedroom, and the bathroom. This could be like it's a separate little apartment residence area. It's definitely, part of an addition. There's a step down, so it's a little bit, this would be probably level with the slab, or is that is part of the raised foundation. But it's nice to have this. It's definitely appealing to investors and people like that. Okay, so that is the master. Oh, and when it comes to noting damage for documenting why they don't get the security deposit, make sure you see all this damage on the wall. A lot of drywall damage all throughout. Okay, so coming back into the last bedroom back here. Same carpet, same condition of the carpet. It is the nice dual pane windows, and there's a lot of light in here. I don't know why all the ducts are covered, but they are. So there's another example of that. It's a decent sized closet, and in this case, the closet does have a little bit of drywall damage, but it doesn't look like it's falling off the wall, so that's good. You can just see patching all around. There is definitely patching, but not so bad in this room. And then behind this door, now they have, for some reason, I don't know why, put this like trim along the bottom of this door so that it can't be opened. And you can see there's what looks like pretty significant drywall damage behind this door here. That might have been a hole in the wall. But on the other side of this, doubt you can see that, but it's the furnace. So you've got the furnace back here, and definitely in the course of our investigating, and if we do some fixing up in this place, we're going to need to pull that off and get a better look at the furnace. I don't want to cause any damage, and I don't have the tools that are appropriate to do that without causing damage, so that is something further for us to look at. Yeah, I don't want to hurt the drywall. Okay, so now let's look from the outside. Oh, and there's a doggy door on the side here, so when I was surmising that it had a distinct smell, I'm quite confident that's what I was smelling. And the electric is off, which is to be expected. So it's a little dark in here, but the whole garage is cleared out. There's nothing in here. They really tried to clear it out. There's the washer dryer hookups. And there is a lot of open, exposed wiring in places where there just aren't the switch plates and outlet plates. Those are all things that you would want to note, reasons to not get a security deposit back. So coming out on the side, I think this is a very marketable aspect of the property. The fact that there's this RV parking along the side, that's wonderful. But as I'm standing here, I just want to point out some of this wood damage all along here. A lot of wood damage on the fascia boards, most definitely from termites, water damage. But it's a great yard, guys. It's really nice. This tree is cool. It gives it a lot of shade. The vinyl fencing and then the wood fencing on the end, this all looks newer. So there's a good amount of space. I think this would be really appealing to someone. And it offers a lot of potential because of the way the front yard is, so large. If they put a gate down at the driveway, this could all be open. That would be really something. But look, there is significant wood damage. That is termite all day. A lot of that. So that's just, think of it as a little cash register in your head, just like ching, ching, ching. Those are all things that a buyer would be looking at and deducting when they are considering the value for the property. And then I think there must have been AstroTurf back here. I can kind of tell because there's like these distinct lines all on the in the dirt. So I think they might have pulled up AstroTurf or something. But the back of this wall, you can see like there used to be a wood rail along there, and then it's been partially pulled off. That rail looks pretty raggedy. Not sure about that. And then the back here, boy, the stucco damage is really significant. And that, I think, speaks to the water damage that I'm seeing from the inside. I think that this window right here is the window where the kitchen is. And that really lines up with all this, what I suspect is water damage. And then look, they did a little work with themselves there and connected the water for the outside from through the wall from the kitchen. But all this cracking is pretty clearly water damage. All this discoloration along the bottom, the back of the house here is water damage. So I'm really nervous about the foundation. That's something that's really standing out to me as I look around right now. Obviously the AC doesn't work. That thing looks like it's seen better days. And then this is the access that a professional, not a me, would climb back in here and be able to look inside and see the foundation situation better. Just sticking my phone in there. I don't know if you're able to see very much, but this is the raised foundation, and this is gonna require some investigating. Let's learn what is going on under there. Okay, sorry that I turned it sideways. That's probably making you woozy as you watch this. And then, just taking a look at the side of the house, I do still note a lot of termite damage. Also, that tree you see on the other side of the satellite dish is touching the roof, and that's something that detracts buyers because they think that causes a lot of damage and rodent problems and things like that. So, I'm trying to look at it with a really critical eye. So please keep in mind, I'm not trying to diss the house too much. It's got a lot going for it. It's a great property. It's a great lot size. As far as the floor plan goes, it's really appealing how it has the vaulted ceilings and open to the kitchen. It's a big kitchen. But I do think before much work could be done on the kitchen, they would have to be investigating on the foundation issue and that sloping. So I'm sure you guys are, you guys know this kind of stuff. You know that a foundation issue is one of the things that people get really afraid of, that stands out as being really expensive. So something that we wouldn't want to leave unknown. Or if we did, it would significantly detract from the value. So then we've got along the side here, we had talked about doing exterior painting, but I just want to show you that there's so much wood damage that I feel like unless all that woodwork was fixed, there's just no point in doing exterior painting because whoever buys it is going to pull it all up. So some of that stuff like the stucco, does need a paint, but needs a lot of other work first. And then this is the tree that's touching the roof line. And then, this is your lot. I did some investigating and I found the pin in the street. So we're at the end of this wall. You see that newer looking wooden fence. That doesn't have to be there. If someone else wanted to expand the yard a little bit, this fence, the neighbor's wooden fence, that's the real lot line. So all of this space along here is yours. This is your land. And I'll show you where that pin is. So it's here in the road. right here. So this pin, that pin right there, signifies that in line this way, that's the lot line for the property to the left, 1742. And then this way, this is in line with the lot line for 1741. And you can see that that lines up in both cases with the fences. So yeah, that's good news, I think. And then the other thing is, I'm standing way back here, that I want to point out is that the roof looks to be in pretty good condition. So that's a good thing, guys. That's a plus. You do notice, obviously, like that needs a paint, right? But the roof is good. It's not brand new, but it's it doesn't look like it's going to detract from the value. And that's really what I'm trying to focus on today. So I think that's all good news. That's the chimney, of course, right there. That lines up with the fireplace. And yeah, I think that's a pretty thorough look around. I hope this answers questions that you guys have. We need to touch base about what projects we would do from here. And, you know, I definitely think foundation is going to be the biggest, that's big old question mark right now. But it's a beautiful house. It's got a lot going for it. Someone's going to be really lucky to get this house. So hit me up with any questions, and I'll work on some more research for you guys too. And we'll touch base now that you've watched this video. And I'm excited. This is going to be a good house for somebody. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.